Hey, welcome back. Today I'm coming at you with a completely different type of video. We're going to go over the Metaverse Maker Competition, also known as MMC for short. The MMC is going to be a competition that is running very soon. It's going to start September 1st and run till October 1st, and there's a lot of prizes. I wanted to provide this video to give an overview of the rules, the entry requirements, and the prize details, etc. All sorts of information that might be useful for you. This is a request from Medra for me to make this video, and I'm absolutely happy to do it. If you look above at my badges, the silver one over here means that I won third place in a previous competition like this, and so I really enjoyed that process, so anything I can do to help out this process. So let's get into the details. So like I said, it runs from September 1st to October 1st. You can see that in the poster behind me. There's also a dedicated Discord channel on the Neos VR Discord. If you haven't joined that, check the website for a link to that. There'll also be a link in the video description along with some other links to the MMC's information, etc. And you'll be able to find out more information there, but I'm going to go over it as well. So the prizes. So the prizes, there's actually quite a lot going on with prizes. There is 20, this is all total prizes, by the way. This isn't individual prizes. This is just the prizes that are, in the prize pool. They're subdivided based on various other things which we'll go over. But so the prizes are 20,000 NCR total. NCR is Neos's digital currency, which has a real world value, which is constantly changing based on the amount of NCR bought. You can find the current value for NCR on the Neos VR website. I will also put the current value at the time of uploading this video in the video description, but I didn't want to say it on camera just in case it changed. There's also 30,000 CDFT for grabs. Now, CDFT is slightly different to NCR, but kind of the same. It's basically a secondary token, which will periodically convert to NCR based on the speed that NCR is minting. That may be confusing for you, so I'm going to link to the CDFT information as well. I know that the prize money does sound confusing, but trust me, that does have a real world value, and there is a dollar amount which will be in the video description, which I'll try and keep up to date as much as I can. There's also badges that are going out. Like I said before, you can see I have two badges here, the sort of bronze one that's got NCC in it, which might be too small, and the silver one. Those are from the previous competition, which was called the Neos Creator Contest or something, NCC it was called. I don't know what the new badges are going to be like, but you can win some badges there for both participating and winning. So enter that and you'll get another badge across your name. I'm a kind of badge collector, as you can see from the variety of badges I've got above me, so I'm going to be planning to enter if the badge and for the experience of entering it. So if anything, you get that. We're also going to be giving out some Neos swag. So that'll be from the Neos merchandise store. So that includes their bandanas, their mugs, their mouse mats. I'm not entirely sure what type of merchandise they're giving out. I'll put a link to the merchandise stores in the video description as well, so you can check those out. And for the winners as well, there's going to be digital trophies. Like I said before, I won third place in the previous competition. So here's the, is this the grabbable one? It's not grabbable one. I've got two in my inventory. One's grabbable, one's not. I don't really know why. It's been a long time. So this is the trophy I won for the previous competition. So it might look something like this, but different with an MMC spin. So one of these is up for grabs. I am the only person in Neos which has this, and I'm very protected over it. This has avatar protection on it, so you can't save it, for example. So that's up for grabs. Those are the prizes. And as like I said, those are the total prizes. They are split between first, second, and third place and honorable mentions. To break that down further, there is first, second, and third place in three categories. There is a world category. So world is sort of any type of cool world. So if you think about, any of the worlds you've been to lately, so the Tetris world would count as a world. The Sakura Garden that Polylogic's made would count as a world. Of course, now these worlds have to be made during the competition. I'm just giving examples of cool worlds that came to memory that, you might think and get the sort of credit juices flowing. Second character is avatar, and that's basically any equipable avatar. So if you can equip it and it acts as an avatar, it's got hands and a head, that's the other category. And then the final category is a gadget and tool, and that's basically anything that you can spawn from your inventory that does stuff. It doesn't have to be a tool which you can equip, but it does have to do stuff and kind of do things. Think like guns, devices, PDAs, phones, anything crazy there. There's a bunch of tools that already exist in the community. Look at those from examples. There's tons of guns that already exist, so think about those. Anything really cool that's a gadget that you can use would be included in that category. So those are the three categories. Now we're going to go on to the rules. There's just basically a notepad document behind me with lots of information I need to share to you. So here we go. So the rules are start on the start date. So the official start date is September 1st, like it says behind me. And like I mentioned about 4 times at the start of the video, start your creations on the 1st. You can think about them before, but you must pick up your pencil, so to speak, on September 1st. Don't cheat about that. We can tell if you submit a world or something. We can look at the date or whatever, just like be fair, start on the start date. Next, multiple entries are allowed, so you can enter more than once. So if you wanted to enter in the world, avatar, and gadget category, that's fine. If you wanted to enter 2 worlds, that's fine. But do remember, it has to be done in a month. That's September 1st to October 1st. So try to manage your time and not get too ahead of yourself. In the previous contest, you were allowed 3 entries, and I made 3 entries. The last one was like kind of rushed together, but I did do 3 entries because I wanted to. Next, teams are allowed. You can do that. People can also be on multiple teams. Again, please manage your time and don't stress yourself out, but you can join a team. There is a spreadsheet in the MMC channel, which I'll also put in the video description, which goes over, it lets you sort of put your details in. If you're looking for a team, you can put in like your name, your Discord information, and what you're good at, and then maybe someone will request for you to join the team. If you're on a team, prizes will be split evenly between all of the team members, unless there's some sort of prior arrangement. So like if you spoke to the team member and you're like, yeah, it's, I don't know, 70-30 split for some reason, just work it out with your team and let the MMC channel know if you're doing something weird like that. The next thing is that sponsors may participate. I am a sponsor of the MMC. I put in some money into the prize pool. A bunch of other sponsors did. I don't have a full list of them with me because I was concentrating on the rules. You can find out that on the official MMC channel on the NEOS Discord, or by clicking some of the links in the video description. They will talk about who are the sponsors. I apologize for that. I should have had that list. They'll be in the video description. Thank you so much to all the sponsors. I don't want to mention any of them because I know a few, but I don't want to forget any. So we'll just say, look at the video description for that one. Sponsors may enter, judges may not. So anyone that's judging the competition cannot enter, but sponsors can. So I will be entering because I am a sponsor and not a judge, but the judges will not be entering. I don't remember who the judges are. I don't think there's a list available right now, but I know that some members of the NEOS team are on the judging panel. I also know that they're trying to get, I think, Jason, who is the person responsible for the Meta Movie Project, trying to get him to appear as a judge. That would be cool as well. We'll see who else can, get in there. Next rule is all submissions must be a world orb tagged as MMC. I'm going to show you how to do that because it might not be clear. So I'm just going to grab a world orb of one of my worlds. What this means is if you do an avatar, go ahead and, I need one of my worlds. Oh, there we go, that'll do. If this is an avatar entry or a gadget entry, make a blank world and put the avatar or the object in the center of that world, tag the world, and then submit that world using the world submission platform. I'll put a video in the description about how to submit worlds, but I am going to go over how to tag your worlds right now. So I have a world orb here. I'm going to hop over to Smooth POV real quick. So this is just a random world I picked out of my world list. You click it once with primary, and then you hit edit metadata. This brings up the edit world panel, and at the bottom here there are tags which are comma separated. Just stick in MMC in here. So MMC as a tag, and then you're done. You can also do this automatically. When you name a world the first time, it will copy the name separated by spaces into the tag. So you can see here the name of the world is probable prime space world. That's been created as a tag, probable prime comma world. So if you put MMC in the world name when you first save it, it'll be good. But my advice is to come in here and make sure that the tag there has MMC. You should also tag the category that you're entering in the world. You can do that by just adding another comma. Let me like turn on private UI for this. Where's private UI? There it is. So now you can see my keyboard. You can do that by entering another comma and then the category. So if it's a world, tag it with world. If it's an avatar, tag it with avatar. And if it's a gadget, tag it with gadget, etc. I spelled gadget wrong there. But make sure it's tagged. Once you've set up your tags here, hit save, and then they will update. It does take a little while to update because there is a caching system involved that will mean that you won't see your tags immediately once you've saved them, but they will show up after a while. Just double check a few times that it's there, and then make sure to submit it as well. I'll put the video tutorial about submitting worlds below. Okay, that's about how to submit. What's next? Do not edit the worlds after the deadline. Again, we can tell that if you put the world into the submission, it will give a first published date, and then it will give a last updated date. And those should be not after the competition end date. Again, that is October 1st. It's on the poster behind me. So don't cheat. It'll be obvious. Next rule is display credits in your world. I have a couple of videos, sort of a series coming on about some of the next topics which we're going to be talking about in the rules here, as I was also asked for them in response to this competition's rules. They wanted, some people wanted more information. Turk, Medra, a few others, where they were like, could you talk through this stuff? So the next rule is display credits in your world. That's quite easy to do. Just grab a text file from your computer, write out like who contributed, like who made the assets, who made the sounds, who made the textures, who helped you, who came up with the idea, who stayed up till 3 a.m. the night before the deadline and, connected some logic wires to you, who gave you moral support. Just put like anyone who did anything. Like if they submitted something, they made an asset, chuck them in the credits. It's the right thing to do, and it will preserve their name in the credit list for the rest of the time. So if they win the competition, it'll be great because, they get a little shout out and you get the satisfaction of knowing that you've listed everyone that helped. It's very, very important. Please, please, please do that. Next is that any assets used from third parties must be used with an appropriate license. I cannot stress this enough. One of the other videos I mentioned is about licensing. For example, here I have an explicit note that CG Trader and Turbo Squid are not allowed. If you read the CG Trader and Turbo Squid, more information about this in my license video, which is coming, that they do not allow the use of their assets in virtual worlds. So do not use CG Trader and Turbo Squid. If you're using another site, please read the license information to figure out if you can use it. I'm not a lawyer. I cannot provide legal advice. So read the license and use your own judgment. Additionally, on the topic of licensing, do not use any unauthorized copyrighted material. Fair use does exist, and you might be screaming fair use at your screens right now, but again, I'm going to explain that in the licensing video a little bit more. Fair use is really, really misunderstood, and if all of the assets in your world are made or ripped or extracted from a game, that's not fair. Like you're just, copying a game or copying a game's assets. Please don't do that. That will probably negatively affect your judging. We can't really stop you from doing that, but it will negatively affect the judging. So don't just open up Halo assets and bring them in, or Destiny assets and bring them in. Make your own assets or acquire them from a place which has a permissive license. There's a note here about winners on teams will have their prize evenly split unless special arrangements are made with the team and its members. I've already said that, so we'll move on. Next on is bonus points. So this is stuff that will affect the judging. If it's an original work, if the work is open source or permissively licensed, what I mean by that is you can make a world which is locked down, as in people can't edit it, they can't save copies. But if you make a world open source, which is the kind of spirit of Creator Jam, actually that way, that everything is editable, then that will consider. It's not required, but these will be considered when judging. Building stuff from scratch is also good. So, if you build something 100% from scratch rather than using assets, that may be considered. Again, not required. Licensing all your parts of your entry permissively. Licenses which I recommend are CC BY 4.0, which is the Creative Commons license. More about that one in the licensing video. Public domain or MIT licensing, anything like that will do. They all allow permissive use of the work. Again, this isn't required. It's just considered. Next, we're going on to judging. So judging is in two parts. So there is an audience voting, which allows any registered Unis user to vote. That will make up 41% of the final score of a submission. And then there is a group of judges where they will make up 51% of the score. What that means is that the audience vote will contribute to the score, but it can't really sway it because the judge's vote will sway it. But that does mean that your vote does count, and you will be able to vote once the entries have been submitted. So look out for more information in the MMC channel or in the announcements channel on the Neos Discord about the judging period. It will occur shortly after the October 1st date, where the competition is closed. Judging will be judged on creativity, the skill, the uniqueness, the usefulness, the fun, all sorts of many other qualities about the map or the creation. So, you put your brains together, come up with something cool, and just make it. That's all the information I had on this notepad document. done and delivered, but I want to just leave a couple of final notes that are sort of recommendations from me. These aren't official rules or anything like that, but they're just things I want you to keep in mind. Number one is have fun. This isn't a war or like a malicious competition, so don't be secretive or aggressive or angry at people during it. Just, have fun. Be nice to each other. The second one there is don't stress yourself out. Don't harm yourself, your health, your physical health or mental health. Don't stay up till 3 a.m. No chugging energy drinks and not sleeping. Please take adequate rest, drink plenty of water, and just, again, once more, have fun. It's not worth it if you're stressing out. And then the third one there is just think creatively. Like, even if you think your idea doesn't have merit, or that no one will like your idea, or it won't be judged, or you won't win, don't worry about it. Submit it. All entries are going to get viewed by a large proportion of the Neos user base because of that voting period, and they're also going to get viewed by the judges. So even if your entry doesn't win, it's going to be seen by a lot of people. It's going to get a lot of attention. It's going to, it's going to be part of history, part of Neos history, the second competition that we've had of this type in Neos. So, take a look. My world, for example, that I won 3rd place in, it's still there. You can find it. It's called Building In. You can still go and visit it. As you can still look at the 2nd place prize of that competition as well. That is the blueprint system by Polylogics, and the 1st place prize for that is a world called Skimmy's Windmill. That's there. It's a great world. Go check it out. That is going to be there in Neos for as long as I can keep it up, and for the rest of the people that have entered that competition, it's going to be there as long as they keep it up as well. So it's your chance to be a part of Neos history. That's all I've got for you. I know that was a long video, but once more, please consider entering. Have fun. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments section, in-game, or drop a question in the MMC channel of the Discord. There'll be a bunch of links in the video description to give you more information. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.